that plane from leaving.
What are you going to do?
I don't know yet. You get the car. It's hidden in the trees near the entrance. The keys are on the dash.
Okay.
Keep the engine running. We need to leave as soon as I get the girl.
Jack,
Yes?
be careful.
There's no time to be careful. Not this time. Gret. Dannazione. It's too late.
It looks like you're too late, Del Nero.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you on that plane?
I hate traveling. I'm not the kind of guy who crosses the desert on a camel. I prefer the comfort of the big city. Moreover, had I left, I would have missed the chance to deal with you. You made me look ridiculous in the eyes of the organization, and I don't have any intention of letting you get away with it.
And what do you want to do? Kill me? I can see it on your face that you've never shot anyone. You're not that kind of guy. You send your men to do your dirty work.
You're right. I've never shot anyone, even though many men and women died because I ordered it.
How brave.
But you know, there's a first time for everything. It was destiny, Del Nero.
It had to be a little past 4 in the afternoon. I had just lit one of the many cigarettes that fill my days with no clients, when a middle-aged guy comes into my office with 2 caterpillars for eyebrows and a cigar hanging from his mouth. He introduces himself as Harvey Weber, the owner of Weber Company, a meat house in Larchmont. After 10 minutes of pointless chatter about his job, he gives me a photograph. Susan Weber, 20 years old, Harvey's stepdaughter. He tells me all about her carefree lifestyle, her dreams of becoming an actress, and how she hasn't come home in weeks. But how he keeps getting bills for clothes, shoes, and other things that might catch the eye of a 20-year-old girl with a well-heeled old man. Harvey, because of his divorce agreement with his ex-wife, is responsible for supporting the girl until she turns 21. So the kid decides to take advantage of her old man while she can and spend as much as possible until she turns 21. But Harvey Weber isn't one to sit on his hands, and he got his attorneys on the case. They think that if Susan were caught having an affair that her old man wouldn't know of, it could bring the evidence to court and get her cut off. Just one photograph would do it, according to Harvey. I take the job. I'll get him that photograph. The whole thing will cost him $30 a day, plus expenses, paid in advance. Harvey gives me a check for $30 and leaves my office. I cash the check, toss down something that can be called a dinner, and I'm already in Harlem. A few dollars got me a tip that Harvey Weber's kid might be around here, at the Last Heaven Hotel, to be precise.
According
to the information that I have, a few days ago, some blondie went on a shopping spree here in Harlem. In this neighborhood, if you have money to spend on clothes and jewelry, it's easy to get noticed. I even managed to find out that the girl was seen entering the Last Heaven Hotel. I'd better ask a few questions. Last Heaven Hotel. Curious name for a hotel in Harlem. From the information that I got, this is where Harvey Weber's stepdaughter is.
My God, был Герман, эта игра просто великолепна. А что надо нажать, чтобы, блядь, у меня было еще классика? Так, вот хочу. Субтитры вообще. Диалоги. Диалоги можно потише. Пауза, скрыть. Подожди. Ой, а даже так? Подожди, я не хочу так. Моя сигарета еще зажигалась. Правда, они никогда не приносили мне счастья. Ключи. Папки. Так. Что мы тут делаем? Сетель, коморки, число газеты. Тоже надо поставить. Это точно полезно для здоровья. Надо прибавить чуть диалоги. Диалоги тет-а-тет. Почему? Погоди. Настройки. Ну почему нога-то так, блин? Пробел, открыть, закрыть инвентарь. Все нахуй. Почему? Ничего не прибавилось, кстати. Но почему так сложно сделать так, чтобы это все... Спасибо.
Sitting down and reading the
Это пригромко. Прям чуточку.
newspaper.
Пойдем поднимемся чуть.
Hey, you.
Эй, ты
Where
чё,
you?
чё тебе надо?
That's the way to the
Номера
rooms.
туда, но ты не
But I don't think you're one of my guests.
I'm looking for a woman.
Well, who is it
Nowadays.
nowadays?
В этом печальные времена. Бля, я не хочу в это играть. Блондинка, бля, чем бывшую, как будто я за бывшую буду следить его. Сейчас она еще скажет, что еще в такие игры играть. Я вот... Ладно. Все предрассудки.
Sitting down.
Так, но мне туда надо, похуй.
Hey, you.
I'm looking.
Well,
Блять. Ладно, на.
No, I don't need any more. No, I don't need any.
Чё? Бездействие.
Hi, do you own this place?
well, depends on who wants to know.
О, негр, ебать. Я думаю, когда в гости, я частный детектив.
I'm a private detective.
A private detective. I guess someone has gotten himself in trouble.
More or less. It's about a girl.
Речь идет о девушке.
A girl, you say?
Девушки,
There are a
говоришь.
lot of them here.
Тут их много,
And for a
за
few
несколько
bucks,
долларов
they can
можно
give you a
провести
night that will
такую,
stay in
которую
your
будешь на
memories
долгие
for a
годы.
long, long time.
She's not a prostitute. Susan Weber, white, medium frame, blonde hair, 20 years, and pretty enough to cause her some troubles. Have you seen her?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not used to giving out information about my guests to the first person who happens by. People come here to have a place where no one can find them, and not just for a place where to sleep. And I try to help them with that as much as I can.
Вперед, безглупцы, где мисс Вебер? У вас должно быть богатое воображение назвать этот постель. Давай так.
You must have a good imagination to call this hotel Last Heaven.
No fantasies or sentimentalities. They're not for me. At least not anymore. This hotel belonged to my brother, Louis Fitzgerald Heaven. There were 9 of us, and he was the youngest. That's why people called him the Last Heaven. When he bought the hotel, he didn't have any doubts about what to call it. At that time, this place was falling apart. Louis was sure he could turn it into a good hotel, and he made it.
How come it's you running it now?
My brother can't take care of it anymore. In October 1926, some redneck who missed the good old days of slavery refused to pay his 3-day rent for the room. He said that he would have never given money to a Negro. When my brother threatened to call the police, the guy pulled out a gun, pulled the trigger, shot him in the guts. My brother died almost immediately. Even though he was small, he never let anyone to push him around. And what we all thought of as a quality eventually turned out to be what killed him. Well, the hotel stayed closed for years, and it was I who reopened it 5 years later, but without my brother, it wasn't the same hotel anymore.
Did the police get the killer?
Oh, you already know the answer. One day, great men will be able to change how things are, and there won't be any more hatred between blacks and whites.
Nowadays, they name streets in New York after these great men, and when that happens, it means they didn't meet with a happy ending. Come on, don't make a fuss. Tell me where I can find Ms. Weber.
Sorry, but you won't get anywhere by being pushy.
Tell me where I can find the girl.
I've already told you that you won't get anywhere in this way.
Блять, ну а чё? Я могу... Дай ему леща, блять.
Forget about it.
Now, whatever you want.
А что ты хочешь?
This job probably doesn't pay too much. I'm sure that with a little...
Ну давай денег дадим, вот на... Ну.
$10 should be more than enough for some information.
А сразу нельзя...
These might make you change your mind.
Money to buy information? That must be one important girl you're looking for.
Enough for someone to hire me.
You know, lately, a lot of people like you have come by. They ask questions, look for people. Once, this hotel was considered one of the best in Harlem. Now it's become a shelter for criminals, easy women, and people who are running away from something. All it took was a couple of years of recession to turn New York into a cesspool. I wonder where this city's going to end up.
Where it always has. Nowhere.
You're always headed somewhere. Good or bad, the day that New York will be rotten through and through, that will be the day that the good God himself will come down to crush it.
Don't count on that. I know people in this city who would manage to bribe your good God with a couple...
Son?
Probably. Anyway. Susan Weber, with 2 B's.
Susan Weber. Oh, you gave me money in exchange for information, but who says that I have any?
Dannazione. You must have a list with the names of your guests.
As I told you earlier, this hotel is a place where half the tenants are poor devils trying to get away from something. They usually don't give their real names. 100 John Smiths, a dozen George Washingtons, even a couple of Charlie Chaplins pass through this hotel.
So there is no room under the name Susan Weber?
That's right, son. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. If you want, you can take your money back.
Keep it. I'm sure it'll come in handy. It's pointless. I don't even know if Susan Weber is really here. No clue. At least none. My investigator's license, $20, a damn questionnaire, and anyone who wants to.
Блять, может тоже купить эти... Блять, натуре. Что тут делать? Еще раз не побездать.
Son, what else can I do for you?
Сделать, молодой человек. О, у меня есть еще один вопрос. Знаешь, случайно где могу...
I have a question for you.
Tell me.
А именно? Чё? А чё? О, богатый блондинку видели последний раз после... Квест это не имеет привычки записывать потрясающие.
It doesn't make any sense.
В этом нет смысла. Чё? Чё надо?
Nothing important.
Well, if
Чё?
There are some candies in the...
you shouldn't take those.
I'll take my... I'll keep it with me. There's no... I've already taken one. I don't want any more. No, it doesn't. No. Sitting down and...
Son,
I have a...
tell me.
Чё, гости отеля?
Nothing important. You must have a good...
This when he at that time.
How come?
He's when my brother shot him in the guts. Even the whole.
Did the police...
What?
The Athena? I've heard... I can't go there. The gate is locked. The gate. It's closed.
I'm here.
Away. I'd rather... I think I can do without it. Sitting down. Sitting down.
Son,
Do you have...
no. When he at that,
How come?
my brother in October, he said when my shot him in the gut. Even though he was in the hotel.
Did the pol...
Oh, you one day.
Now it...
Tell.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any... It doesn't make any... It doesn't make any... Nothing important.
Oh, whatever.
I don't have...
Well,
В смысле, блядь, чё надо-то?
No.
что ты мне не договариваешь, чтобы...
Son? Well,
Do you have it?
I told you. No one leaves their real names here.
А, блядь. Это как?
I don't have it.
Я чуть не понимаю, что.
The Second Life of Miss Gray, a film by Howard Hall, starring Vivian Leight. Vivian Leight. That's the same name that Harvey Weber gave me. From what he told me, his daughter greatly admires that actress.
Son, what up? Tell me.
Is there a woman called Leight among your guests?
Late, yes, and she matches your description. White, young, and blonde. Is she the woman you're looking for?
Yes. What room is she in?
Room 313, third floor, end of the hallway.
Thanks. I don't have anything.
Really?
Очень надо догадаться, конечно. Где 313?
Room 313. It's Susan Weber's room.
I've finally gotten away from my clod of a stepfather. I couldn't take it anymore. He thought I should spend my entire life behind the counter of a butcher shop. I'm an actress. I was born to act in movies. Big productions. Isn't that right, Teddy Bear?
Of course, baby. I'll make you the biggest star in Hollywood.
Yes, Howard. With you, I'll be the next Vivian Leight. Actually, you'll make me even more famous than her. You'll give me her parts and I'll exceed her. I'll be the #1. Right, Teddy Bear? Right?
And here's our Susan. I'll take a few pictures of her with her teddy bear. And tomorrow morning I'll give them to Harvey Weber. This way I'll get the rest of my money.
Так, о чем мне надо? Немножечко диалоги прям с медвежонками, с вашими. Так. Я хочу сохранить. Слушай. Угу. Так. Сопроводитель регулятор. Так, что? Фотография. Фотку сделаю.
It's the camera Greta loaned me.
Аппарат, который я должен у Греты. Так. Чего?
There's a little panel here.
Контрольный прибор. Так. Что надо? М, 313. Ну чё? Блять. Ты чё, да ладно, серьезно, вот эта хуйня я сейчас отрегулирую. Серьезно? Серьезно, такая игра, я просто посмотрел немножко прохождение, мне надо попасть сюда. Отлично.
It's hot as hell in this room. One day it's cold, the next one it's hot. Tomorrow, I'm gonna give an earful to the owner of this crappy room. You don't treat a future movie star this way.
Good. That must be our Susan's room. Now I have to find a way to open that gate.
Отмычки должны быть. Блять, это отмычки. Все. Выбрали?
It's closed.
Закрыто. Как это использовать? По-моему, со старым управлением легче было. Так, классика. Принять.
I'm afraid it would be too easy this way. I'm afraid... I knew that it was a good idea.
О, отмычки в натуре. Так. Так, что? Клак, клак. Клак, клак. Так, ага. Вывернуть.
Dannazione. The lock just reset. I have to start over.
Что я буду делать? А что я сделал? Я что-то сделал. Угу. Ну что непонятно. Так. Где это было? В каком месте это? Так. Угу. Немножко неправильно все произошло, но там где-то что-то надо сделать, я понимаю. Я это понимаю. Но почему я это не могу сделать? Почему ничего не нажимается? Игра. Все? Работаешь? Блять, игра. Не надо так делать. Ты вот тут, пожалуйста, свернись. А ты вот тут, пожалуйста, вот так вот. Отлично. Мне нужен второй компьютер для стрима. Так. Так, что это?
There are some metal bars on the ground. Yes, I'll take
Да,
one.
возьму один. Вам кто это говорит?
This bar could be helpful.
Режим может пригодиться. Да. Чего не вижу?
A dumpster, the kind that has wheels on the bottom so that you can move it. There's a break here. The street is probably downhill. So if I unlocked it, the dumpster would roll.
Ха. Бля, что тут делать надо? Да, ребята, за это. Почему 315 здесь? Что еще? Что здесь?
That ladder could be used.
Сделать фото оттуда, да? Да. Так, чё, давай.
I don't see how I could use them together.
Я не вижу реально что.
I don't see how. No clue. At least none that. Unlocking the brake now won't help me. I have to find a way to place it where I...
Что сделать? Я придумал.
Let's try.
Вот странно, но надеюсь, все поняли.
Yes. The dumpster is now right under the stairs. Okay.
Какой, блядь, лестницу? О, здрасте. Ты чё? Сейчас, блядь.
Now's the time to earn my 30 bucks.
Блядь, слушай, братан, за 30 баксов.
Good. This shot will work just fine. A photo of the stepdaughter necking with the first guy that promises to make her a star. This should be enough for Harvey Weber to get his lawyers involved, and it's definitely enough for me to get out of here.
Блядь, слушай, ты на меня поработаешь, мне надо с бывшей как-нибудь решить вопрос. Хотя уже решать нечего, блядь, так что... Так, ну а чё?
It's my car. Besides my investigator's license. I I open the door and jump into the car, ignoring how the seats are getting soaked with my wet clothes. It's water. It'll dry sooner or later. I put the key in the ignition and start the engine, but something isn't working. The gas gauge is on E. The tank must be empty. Following a lead on a case and forgetting to fill up the tank. It's a rookie's mistake. Or maybe the mistake of someone who's simply starting to get sick of this life. I'll have to find another way to get out of here.
Son, what else can I do for you?
Do you have a telephone?
Yeah, we had one.
You mean you don't have one anymore?
We do have the telephone, but it's just not working. I've been waiting for someone to come and fix it for weeks, but nothing so far. Yeah, the technicians come every 3 months to make sure that the control panel is working, but after a few weeks, there's no more dial tone.
So it's not the first time that it's broken?
In the last few years, I've called the technician at least 10 times, and every time he asks for more money. If this weren't a hotel, I'd get rid of it tomorrow.
Where is the control panel?
Oh, I don't have a clue. Must be somewhere outside the building, near the alley entrance.
I don't have anything else to ask you.
Well, if you need me, I'm here.
Можно еще конфету?
I've already...
У меня есть уже. Где он? Где он? Где он? Вот это что? Налево.
This is no breakdown. The cable was cut, and by the look of it, it definitely wasn't an accident. The only way to make the telephone work again is to reattach the wire. Yes, the candy wrapper should hold it together. Let's hope it works.
Так, здорово, братан. Дай позвонить.
Son, what else can I do for you?
Your telephone should be working now.
Do they also teach you how to repair telephones in your private detective training?
No, just to find out when someone's trying to rip you off, I suggest you call another technician next time. And if you could call me a cab now, I'd be very grateful.
Of course, son.
A night spent under the rain makes even this grubby old cab seem welcoming. The driver is a quiet guy, unlike most drivers who, on a dollar trip, are happy to tell you the story of their life. The only thing he asked was where to. Essex Street was my only answer. Before going home, I have to return Greta's camera. I disappeared saying I'd get it back to her in a few days. It's been more than a week. The cab turns down Essex Street. Here we are. The trip costs me $2, $1.50 fare, plus a 50-cent surcharge for the night rate. Night rate. I hate cab drivers. Good. Greta's place is still open. A sip of whiskey is just what I need to cap off today. Vote Weston for mayor of New York, and you'll vote for freedom. Freedom. It seems like the word doesn't mean much anymore. Wandering through the dark alleys of the Lower East Side.
Граф, просто. Макс, ты, блядь, ты гений, блядь, ты почему ты гений, блядь?
Uh-oh. Here's the undaunted detective back from his dangerous mission. How many unfaithful husbands have you discovered tonight?
Что ты хочешь, Смайли?
What do you want, Smiley?
Tough day, detective. But don't get upset. Fortune will look kindly on you sooner or later, just like it did for me today.
What the hell are you talking about?
Smiley had the chance of a lifetime. Goodbye, swindles, and fake documents. We're talking about some real cash, cars, and the good life.
Что ты сегодня так взволнован? Короче, кризис тебя не касается, Смайли.
The recession doesn't seem to affect you, Smiley.
You do what you can. You know, guys like me are always in demand.
Since when have petty crooks been in demand?
Come on, detective. Don't let yourself be fooled by all those naysayers. I'm not as bad as they say.
Smiley, you'd sell your own mother for a couple bucks.
That might be true, detective, but don't be as naive as your old police pals. You know how the world works. I just do my job. If I can help someone in trouble with a few fake stamps and photographs, what's the harm? You aren't going to get all moral on me, telling me that my clients aren't honest people, are you? Everyone has the right to a second chance, and you should know that.
Right. Every respectable murderer should have the chance to create a new identity and commit crimes under a couple of false names.
Detective, you still think of yourself as a policeman. Too bad you were kicked out of that world. I still remember the headlines in the papers. Police scandal.
You do well to leave it off there, Smiley.
Don't get upset. We're just chatting.
Of course. Chatting. Why are you so excited tonight?
Smiley is changing his life. No more swindles and fake documents. I've been offered a great job, and I'm going to accept it.
What kind? What kind? Yeah.
Противный пиздец, ебать. Ужасно. Так, ладненько. Я думаю, на этом, блядь, сколько? На этом, блядь, сколько? Можно игрушку-то закончить. И потом поиграться все-таки с настроечками запуска этой игры. Я считаю, вполне заслуженно. Сколько времени прошло? 45 минут. Вполне нормальная игра. Скучно. Наверное, скучно. Ну, скучно так скучно, блядь, хули. Давай.